Hey parents, it's great to see you this week. I hope that you're having a good week. This week in CP Kids, we're going to be learning about how Jesus fed a crowd. And again, we have our highlight questions. So you can watch the video with your kids, or they can watch it on their own, or you can read John chapter 6 together. John chapter 6 is about how Jesus fed this crowd. It was 5,000 men and women and children. And then you have these 4 here questions that you can use. This is when I would hold up the sheet that I printed at the office, but I think I left it on my desk. So I have the questions on my computer screen that I can talk to you from. So first off, just highlight this part of the story that stood out, which is the number of people and the amount of food. It's very significant for these kids to know that this was a big miracle and it was a small amount of food. So make sure they know that part. They've probably heard this story before, but that's great because we want the kids to hear these stories of Jesus's divine power. We want them to know them in full. Next, explain how it was awesome that this was the bread that filled up those people that day. But that more so, Jesus talked a little further in John about how he was the bread of life. And that even though they got filled up on food, more of what they needed was the bread of life that Jesus would provide that would satisfy all of their hunger, not just their physical hunger, but their spiritual hunger as well. So work through that explain question and then apply it. Talk to your kids about their needs. This is a time of need. Maybe there are things that they feel like they need to do with friends, activity-wise, things that they are feeling like they haven't gotten to do. And talking through those needs is so important. But more than that, they might have some very significant spiritual needs, like they need to pray and they need to hear the word of God more. And those are things that you can do. You can spend some time praying, you can spend some time reading, you can find ways to put more of the word into their lives by spending time and opening up that channel with them so that they can talk to you and be comfortable with you. Last but not least, we're going to have the respond question. So in the video, have Sadie taking a hammer and smashing up these crackers for fun. And I think she had a good time. I can't wait to watch the video and edit it. I think she had a good time doing it. But the point is, as much as we smash in as many tiny pieces so that everybody could have a bite, many tiny pieces as there are, it's not going to feed more people. It's still the same amount of food. Jesus performed this amazing miracle in which he takes little bits and makes them enough. He makes full pieces. He doesn't just like smash things up and it's really tiny and then they just take a tiny morsel and they fill themselves. No, he made enough food for everybody to be full and then the baskets to overflow with food. It was amazing. And there is enough Jesus for your kids to be filled to overflow so more people can share. And all it takes is a little morsel, like a little bit of the bread of life. And John 6:35 for them to feast on the word. So enjoy the here questions, talk with your kids, spend that time in discipleship, take up the story with them. If you didn't talk it through and your kids were at CP Kids on Sunday, ask them these questions, find out about what they learned, see if they got to smash any crackers and have fun together, find out what was going on. The most important disciplers in your kid's life are you. You are the ones that are going to be passing on the deposit that you have been entrusted with. And if you don't have that deposit, read the word with them. Get it and then feed it to them. Because just like Jesus fed the 5,000, Jesus is feeding each of us through the word of God. He is the bread of life. So you can fill up on that word and make sure that you share enough with your kids so that they are learning about Jesus too. All right, well, I hope that you have a great time with your kids talking through this. And just remember, CP Kids exists to help your kids to see Jesus in all of the Bible and all of their lives. And I pray that that's what you exist to do as their parents as well. Have a great day and God bless. Bye.